Alright guys, so topic of the video today will be to help the guys to be able to activate their 40 compute units or less in case some of them are faulty. I know that a lot of you were struggling because your Bazzite version was not the same as mine, and you couldn't apply kernel files which I shared in the previous video. So I will show you how easily you can rebase to the same version and then use my kernels, and then you will achieve same result. Okay, it is very easy. Let's go step by step. To activate the rebase, you will need to use one simple command. It is brh. Okay, see, you can see here available list of deployments which you have to pick up rebase. Okay, here you can see you have several versions of Bazzite. You need to go to Bazzite deck, stable, and you will have to pick up this version which I indicated. It is 2026-0406. It is the one which corresponds to my Bazzite image, and my kernels will work, so it will be very easy. You will reboot, you will get this same version, and then you can proceed as indicated in the previous video. And regarding the masking the faulty compute units, I will now give you some tutorial which worked for me, worked for other guys on Bazzite. It's very easy, so stay with me. Alright guys, so in my previous video I was explaining how to activate all 40 compute units, which work very well if your compute unit map after running the script is lucky. What it means is that you have all active compute units on the left side of the map, and on the right side of the map you have harvested or disabled compute units. In most of the cases this is disabled by the software because the AMD had to made the chip as per the specification agreed with the ASRock. And even if the GPU chip was okay, they had to disable 16 compute units because the specification was agreed. But sometimes what we can see is that compute unit map looks like something like this, when most probably these kind of compute units were disabled not because it was randomly done, because it didn't pass test. So when your compute unit map is not even, not lucky one, there is probably problem in this or this pair of compute units. What to do then? If you try to activate all 40, most probably the system will crash. You'll have a black screen, or you will have heavy artifacts. The only way to have more compute units activated in this case is going to be add special identifiers of the faulty compute units or suspiciously indicated compute units in order to exclude them for the beginning from the activation and test. So I try to compile a guide of how you can identify correctly the faulty compute units and the command which you have to enter to keep them disabled and enable others, additional compute units. So I made an example. As you can see here, if your compute unit map looks like something like that, I would suspect that this pair of compute units and this pair of compute units, these two are faulty. So I would try to activate everything except these two. How to do this? The compute unit map is having special identifiers. Every pair of compute units, as you can see here, you have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. It's like a coordinate system. And the columns of the unit actually have another identifiers. This column is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this pair of compute units will have identifier 0, 1, 1. You can see this will be 0, 1, 3. So in order to activate everything except these two, the command shall look like that. You have additional identifiers added to disable compute unit 0, 1, 1. You have 0, 1, 1 and 0, 1, 3. 0, 1, 3. At the end, once you run the kernel replacement command, and then you will run activation command with exception of 2 compute units pairs, result should look like that. You will have 36 compute units active and 4 will remain disabled. This will allow you to test your BC-250 with 36 compute units, and if everything runs fine after you do FURMARK, games, or CCT, whatever, you will be able to give it a try to activate either these two or that and test if you are even more lucky or less unlucky, and you can get 38 compute units out of 40. They are always going in pairs. So what you would do then, if you succeed testing this setup, you will need to pin again your deployment and try activating first these two and then maybe these two. How to activate these two compute units? I made here all possible variants. You will need to activate. You will just run the same command, but you will remove this identifier for disabling, keeping only disabled 0, 1, 3. Like this you can test. If it crashes, you come back, you boot in your rollback to your safe pinned deployment, and then you can try the same command, but removing this identifier. Like this, you will keep blocking 0, 1, 1, and 0, 1, 3 will be enabled, and then you can test. If it also crashes, then you are going to stuck with 36 compute units. Sometimes, for example, I put here all possible variants of the different combination of compute units and the commands which you need to keep them disabled, and all other will be enabled. So for example, if you would like to disable these two by applying this command, when you are enabling all 40, you will end up with 38, and so on and so on. So I added here 210 combinations of all possible single or double pairs of the compute unit disabled. So once you read the chart, if something is not clear for you or you have doubts, for example, these two units with 1, 1, 1, but if you're not sure, you can search in the document for 1, 1, 1, and you will exactly verify this is the one. 1, 1, 1. Your chart will look like this after enabling 38 out of 40 compute units. So here you have all possible final compute unit maps with specific compute units disabled. So here you can see, if we disable this one and this one, our command will look like that. This is 004 and 113. You can see exactly here 004, 1113. So this is just for you to make sure that you understood correctly the chart, how to read the map of the compute units. The idea is For the beginning, you disable suspicious one, you make a test, and then you can try to enable more. Using this command and adding these identifiers, you can actually activate only 2 additional compute units, 4, 6, 8, and so on. It always works with pairs, but you can one by one look for the faulty compute units, do test, and identify and make sure that you know exactly from your GPU which compute units are malfunctioning. I hope it's clear, and if it's not, please write in the comments if I missed something or it was not clear enough and I need to do it again or make an additional video. For now, I want to wish you a good luck, and I hope you will manage to make your BC-250 even more powerful and enjoy gaming on BC-250. Thank you. See you next time.